Forget everything you thought you knew about prepping. When disaster strikes, survival isn't about what's on your shelves. It's about what you do in the next 60 minutes. The first hour can decide whether you stay safe, get ahead, or fall behind when the world turns upside down. Do you have a bulletproof crisis action plan, or just a general sense of readiness? Welcome to Prepper's Paradigm, your channel dedicated to practical prepping and disaster preparedness. I use a computer-generated voice because my own is hard to understand due to an injury. Many preppers talk about the 80 by 20 rule, how a few basic preparations cover most emergencies. That is a great strategy for building up your supplies, but that's for slow-moving problems like inflation, drought, or even food shortages. But when disaster hits instantly, whether it's a grid failure, an earthquake, or riots breaking out nearby, you don't have time to think about long-term readiness. You need a 1-hour crisis action plan that locks down your security, checks your communications, and puts you in control of the situation before chaos spreads. Not every disaster calls for an immediate response. Some events move slowly. A drought, an economic downturn, or even the early stages of a pandemic give you days, weeks, or sometimes months to adapt. In those situations, preparation is about endurance and long-term planning. But some disasters strike in an instant. A solar flare with an EMP that takes down the grid. A massive earthquake or supervolcano eruption. A sudden terrorist attack or cyber strike that causes cascading failures. Civil unrest that goes from peaceful protest to violent riot in minutes. In these scenarios, hesitation can cost you your advantage. The first hour is often the difference between staying safe or being caught in the chaos. Authorities may be overwhelmed. Communications might be down. Neighbors may panic. If you move fast, securing your home, gathering information, and contacting loved ones, you get ahead of the wave. If you freeze, you get swept up in it. This is why a 1-hour action plan matters. General preparedness puts resources in your hands. The plan tells you exactly how to use them when the clock is ticking. When disaster strikes, the first 60 minutes should follow a clear structure. Think of it as your tactical toolkit, 3 phases you can move through step by step. Phase 1. Initial assessment. Your first priority is to understand what just happened. Is it a localized event, or is the whole region affected? If the power goes out, check your breaker panel. Look outside. Are streetlights and neighboring homes dark too? Turn on your emergency radio or scanner to pick up early reports. These first few minutes set the stage for every decision that follows. Phase 2. Immediate security. Once you know something serious is happening, lock down your space. Secure doors and windows. Close blackout curtains if it's nighttime to keep your home from drawing attention. Get your defensive tools close at hand. If civil unrest is spreading, you want your home to look quiet, not like a target. Even in natural disasters, security matters. After a storm or quake, opportunists often strike while people are distracted. Phase 3. Essential communications. With your home secure, shift to information and contact. Check GMRS radios or your local scanner frequencies. If cell networks are still up, reach out to family members using short, pre-arranged messages. In a total communications blackout, fall back on meeting points and time-based check-ins that you've planned in advance. The goal here is to avoid isolation, having accurate information, and knowing where your people are makes survival far easier. When you work through these phases, assessment, security, communication, you take control of the first hour. That structure cuts through panic and forces action when it matters most. A plan on paper is only as good as your ability to carry it out under stress. In a real emergency, most people freeze. They second-guess themselves, or they waste precious time gathering gear they've never actually used. That's why you need to train your response. The key is speed and decisiveness. When a crisis unfolds, hesitation is your enemy. Run drills with your household. Practice what you do in the first hour if the power went out and didn't come back. Practice how you'd react if news came through of sudden unrest nearby. The more you rehearse, the less likely you are to panic when it's real. Focus on efficiency, not just accumulation. It's easy to collect gear, but unless you know how to grab it, use it, and act quickly, it won't help you. A flashlight still in the packaging is no use in a blackout. A radio that's never been tested won't help you find information when you need it most. After every drill, take time to debrief. What worked? What slowed you down? Did everyone know their role, or was there confusion? Adjust your plan until it becomes second nature. When disaster strikes, you won't rise to the level of your gear. You'll fall to the level of your training. Every household needs a 1-hour action plan, but building one can feel overwhelming. The easiest way to start is by creating your first 5. These are the first 5 actions you'll take the moment disaster strikes. Your list will depend on your situation. In a rural home, your first steps might include checking the well pump, securing livestock, and monitoring the radio. In a city apartment, it could mean locking down the entry points, sealing windows against smoke, and contacting family members to confirm safety. The point is clarity. When chaos begins, you don't want to waste 10 minutes deciding what to do. You want a short, specific list that guides your next move. Write your first 5 down, keep it visible, and practice them until they become automatic. Once you've nailed down those first 5 actions, expand them into a full 60-minute plan. Break the hour into phases: immediate response, security, communication, and anything specific to your risks. Run through it like a fire drill. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel when the pressure is real. Don't make this another someday project. Challenge yourself to write your first 5 this week, then put them to the test. Survival isn't about what you plan to do one day. It's about what you can do in the first hour when it matters most. The first hour of any sudden disaster is the real test. Stockpiles and gear matter, but it's your decisions in those first 60 minutes that decide whether you stay safe, stay informed, and stay ahead. By building and practicing your 1-hour crisis action plan, you move beyond general preparedness and into decisive action. Don't let hesitation steal your advantage. Know your first 5, drill them, and make them second nature. If you found this useful, hit like, share it with others, and subscribe for more. For in-depth articles and resources, check out our website at preppersparadigm.com. Thanks for watching. Stay ready, stay resilient, and I'll see you in the next video.